GCU Tarleton are tied at 29. I mean, it's a wild Saturday night of WAC Hoops.
Kyle, I texted you this a few minutes ago, and I said it is eerie how similar these two games are looking. You know, I feel like I'm watching two of the same games, really. Utah Valley and Cal Baptist, and then obviously Grand Canyon and Tarleton State. Tarleton and Cal Baptist both came out, lots of energy. They were running up and down the floor, making shots, getting stops on the defensive end. Then both teams kind of went on a drought. That's when you saw Grand Canyon and Utah Valley kind of pull their way back into it. Then at the end of the half, Grand Canyon and Utah Valley sloppy a little bit. And, ironically enough, Utah Valley, Cal Baptist tied 30 apiece. Grand Canyon, Tarleton tied 29 apiece. Like I said, I feel like I'm watching two of the same games. It's crazy.
Sorry if my mic is a little loud. The Green Man group is performing right now. So we got We Will Rock You going on in the sound system. Yeah, I like the energy that California Baptist came out with tonight. It's great. I mean, they're not shooting a lot of three-pointers. They're going inside. They're attacking the rim. I love Ty Roel in the pick and roll. He's still 15 right there before WAC. Honestly, it looks like Utah Valley thought they could roll in here and roll to another W to start. But I don't know. It's going to be the true second half. Neither team's in foul trouble, so that's good news. Grand Canyon Tarleton, I'm telling you, this Tarleton State team is going to get people fits in the WAC this year. But, Asborn Hard, another dominant first half. We have 14 points, 6 rebounds. The nice thing for Tarleton State is they're getting some help from Trey Gibson and Tosh Small. Jonathan Jackson has 10 points. That's a big thing. One thing to pay attention to for Utah Valley is the turnovers. They had 11 in the first half. I know that's probably going to be Mark Madsen's spiel in the locker room, just take care of the basketball, because Wolverines didn't do that. So it's fun to see these changes that you have to make on the fly, playing less than 24 hours the night before. So it's been fun.
What's crazy, too, is when you look at it, Utah Valley 11 turnovers, Cal Baptist only has 5. And somehow the game is tied. You would think that you look at the stat sheet and you'd think that Cal Baptist is up, but I think that ties into my next point of the Cal Baptist. I think that they're struggling to execute a little bit, and I think that you can partially attribute that to some of the rust that they're still having. This is only their second game that they've played in the last month. But there are times where it feels like that the Lancers, they kind of struggle to execute, especially on offense. I think it was Goriak Gok missed a wide open layup. Trey Armstrong had a good look, 5 or 6 feet from the rim, and he airballed it. So, I think part of that rust, and they'll settle into it. They'll get back to it. But I think that Cal Baptist really needs to execute better if they want to still win an Orem.
I think a lot of it's going to come down to if they can continue to match physicality with Utah Valley. Right now they have in this first half went to a zone defense there at the end of the first half as well that kind of stymied the Utah Valley offense. And the other thing is they're packing the paint because they know Utah Valley is not a very good three-point shooting team. So
it's a good question.
That's kind of hindered what Utah Valley likes to do as far as AMAC, Devin Cole. And we'll see if Madsen makes an adjustment there and somebody steps up and gets some outside shots.
I'd like to look at playing overseas.
Like I said, Saturday night, we started these live streams now. It's a new night. It's just fun basketball.
I think what Utah Valley needs to do is get Evan Cole more looks on offense. In that case, if they're packing the perimeter, give it to your grad transfer from Georgia Tech. Let him go out there and make plays. He is a multi-level scorer. Not the greatest three-point shooter, but he can go out and knock it down. They have to respect it. And then if they're going to respect you, give you that space, then you've got options to create. You can drive in. He's a good finisher at the rim. So I think that Utah Valley needs to get him more involved on offense.
Well said, Ty. Well, everybody,
this isn't going to be really
we could talk for another 9 minutes if you want us to, since it's middle of halftime. But keep an eye. Check out ESPN Plus. GCU Tarleton State 29-29 right now. Remember last night it was 31-31 at the break down there in Stephenville. TCU ended up winning that game 75-72. So exciting second half to come. Trey Gibson, who had 30 points last night, only has 4 right now. So if he has a monster second half, watch out for the Texans to pull that upset.
And Kyle, a name to watch from Tarleton State, Jonathan Jackson Jr. He's got 10 points, and they were talking about him a little bit on the ESPN Plus broadcast, saying that now that he's healthy, that he's an impact player for him. So that's going to be a name to keep an eye on, not this game, but moving forward in conference play. So Montre Gibson and Jonathan Jackson Jr. from Tarleton State. Remember those names, folks.
Well, I didn't read it yet. Check out my preview for tonight's games on hoopsdigest.com, where I talk about having somebody else step up to give Trey Gibson and Todd Small some offensively. And if they get that kind of production from someone else, I think, Tarleton State could pull off an upset down there. We'll see, though. I mean, it's fun to see how games change on back-to-back nights. I love it. And, I'm excited for the second half. I want to see Utah Valley someone step up and hit some outside shots. California Baptist, and they continue to go in the paint with that pick and roll. It's been very efficient and defend the paint like they have. Love WAC Hoops. Love these new Friday, Saturday games. It's a blast. And, that's all I can say right now.
Kyle, are you ready to reveal to these folks where we're going to be next weekend?
No, we're not going to reveal to you.
Okay, that's
right now.
Okay.
We will not reveal to you where we're going next weekend until we're actually there. So,
fair enough.
Look forward to that on Friday, and we're going to have a fun time. And hopefully, knock on wood, COVID doesn't cause any problems. But, stay safe, everyone. Thanks for listening, tuning in. Thanks for the comments. Jacob Fox and Justin Martinez, who is the beat writer for New Mexico State for the Las Cruces Sun News. Look forward to these live streams now. They're going to be great. They're going to be fun. And we're going to have them every weekend. WAC Hoops. And, look forward to it. So, bye. Say goodbye. And everybody have a good night. Enjoy the rest of these games.
Stay safe. Stay healthy, everybody. Enjoy the rest of these games. We'll talk to you next week.